Is anything sacred?
Just come and go, bro. But you know I stay.
Can anything be sacred?
Just come and go, bro. But you know I stay.
Without TikTok putting its greasy little Cheeto fingers all over it. No, nothing can be sacred. That's what I've learned. That's what I've learned. Hi everybody, I'm MattTheBat from MattTheBat's Batshit Shit Show. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, little bell notification, ding, all that stuff. I do this stuff weekly. I wanted to get on here and I wanted to have a few beers and I wanted to talk about what is going on with Young Lean right now. What is going on with his song being like the #1 TikTok song right now. I never would have thought in a million years I would say that. And if you're new to the Young Lean universe and you're just kind of browsing and you come across this video, there are tons of videos online that can teach you more about him. It's too long of a story for me to explain in my video, but essentially the basic facts are that he's a Swedish rapper who became really famous in the USA back in like 2012, 2013. Ginseng Strip, which is a song that everybody knows about now, that song became really popular in 2013. And yeah, people like me, white suburban kids, SADBONS, we loved that shit when it came out. Like, I'm telling you, it was amazing. I mean, the beat obviously is incredible. And then you hear like Young Lean slack rapping and his bucket hat and his Arizona iced tea. It was an experience. And my friends and I, we fell so hard in love with this guy and his whole collective, the whole Sad Boys collective.
Who do you have beside you?
Young Sherm, Young Good, and Blady.
So to hear that this song is now a chart-topping song in the US is kind of insane for me to hear, because that just feels like it would never have happened that long ago, to me anyway. Because obviously, you know, Young Lean had a huge subculture. I remember going to his shows and like I remember he played in Brooklyn one time. The whole crowd got on stage. It was really cool, but also like insane to see the fandom that he had, and everybody was wearing bucket hats and had Arizona iced teas. Like, it was a crazy time to be alive. And I remember the night after he played where I'm from, New Haven, Connecticut, I was out in the parking lot and I actually talked to him, and it was really cool. It was literally just him and Sherm and me and my friends, and there was actually 2 other high school kids, and I don't know, Lean was just so nice to them, and it was really cool to kind of see like, oh, you know, this guy is like this cultural icon in the US right now, but he's still like a normal, humble dude who's the same age as me and is just making really awesome stuff with his friends who love to just make art. But then I see all these little preteens listening to this song, which was like a huge part of my teenage years, and making videos to it on TikTok, and immediately I felt pissed off, and like I shouldn't be, and like I shouldn't feel pissed off when I hear a Young Lean song, but I was pissed off about it. I don't know, because it was like, oh, okay, you know, this was part of our subculture. Like, this was our little place in the universe, and it is now being exploited to TikTok, which is just, it's a very toxic world. And then I see people online like analyzing his lyrics, and they're analyzing it with no context. They're analyzing it with no information on him, or the fact that like, yeah, these lyrics didn't age well, obviously, but they're like reanalyzing them in a way that like make it seem like they were supposed to mean well, which is really funny, because they weren't, because he was like a 16-year-old kid. He was rapping about random shit. I mean, that was the style of his slack rapping, was just rapping about nonsense, and that's why it was so funny and memeable and all these other things.
People thought there was so much depth in it, you know. They were like, oh, he's talking about society and capitalism and like showing a bottle of Arizona, this is like the end of capitalism and the youth.
Like, I saw one website was talking about his line, fat hoes like Adele, and it was like Young Lean has much respect for the plus size community. He's talked about in 2013 how he wanted to have sexual intercourse with Adele. I'm like, that is not what he was getting at. Let's be real. And that's the problem that I had with this whole debacle in the beginning, was like, dude, people don't understand this. Like, they clearly don't understand it, and it's being taken out of context and it's being exploited. But then I thought about it and I realized that I just sound like a boomer when I say things like that. And I know this is not going to be a popular opinion, but you know, you always hear people older than me, you know, I'm 25, and they talk about like, oh, music in our generation was so great, you know, whatever they have to say. And we think it's funny. We make fun of these people because it's like, all right, anybody can enjoy this music. It doesn't matter if it's from the 1970s. It doesn't matter if it's from the 1980s. It doesn't matter if it's from the 1990s. I mean, how much of culture right now is based off of the 90s? Like, so much of it. And I realize that I'm just being one of those old fucks when I say, like, other people can't enjoy this music. I mean, who am I to gatekeep Young Lean from anybody? Like, yeah, clearly these little kids who post it on their TikTok, they don't understand all the stuff that they're talking about and whatever. It's just like a funny video trend. But like, listen, Young Lean was built for virality. Like, if anybody knows about his story, they would know how important the internet is to Young Lean and to the Young Lean fandom and Young Lean universe. I mean, this was all the biggest meme in 2013. And I think that people are losing sight of that because it's on TikTok now. Like, yeah, of course it's a different medium that posts totally different, you know, pieces of art. But at the end of the day, these are kids who are 16 years old, just like Young Lean was, who are having fun with music that is really good. Of course, that was not the intention that Young Lean had in 2013, but the times changed. And there are so many examples of music that has shown its face later on in life, like Never Gonna Give You Up, Rick Astley. Like, that song was, you know, Rick-rolled. To be Rick-rolled in 2008 when YouTube was at its very beginning and really exploding, to be Rick-rolled was the funniest thing ever. Do you think that Rick Astley had like a thought in in the 1980s that this was gonna happen? No, because the internet was barely, it was even around. I don't think it was even around.
But it has been amazing to me. I mean, I guess some artists would freak if it happened to them, you know, one of their songs, and it'd be like the worst nightmare. And I kind of view it from the other side and just kind of say it's nice that song, you know, kind of gets taken out from under its rock.
And another example of a song that was brought back by pop culture and became a chart-topping song overnight, essentially, was Baby Blue by Badfinger, which originally came out in 1971, but then was brought back to life. It had a resurgence in 2013 when the Breaking Bad finale came out. I'm not going to give any spoilers because that's like my favorite show ever, and I would be heartbroken if somebody were to get a spoiler from this stupid fucking video that has no plan. Listen, to all my SADBOYS out there, guys, everybody who has got that tatted on their chest like I do, we need to understand that Young Lean has been a piece of pop culture, has been a piece of mainstream culture for longer than we probably think he was. I mean, have we forgotten that Justin Bieber was lining up at his pop-up shop in LA?
He was like, I just want to meet Lean and then get the f*** out. And he smelled really good.
Yeah?
He smelled so good. He smelled like vanilla. He smelled like money.
Have we forgotten that he was featured on Frank Ocean's album at the height of Frank's career?
Me and Frank Ocean watched the movie. We watched The Dictator. That was funny. He really likes that film.
And all the keyboard warriors on YouTube, they want so badly to defend Young Lean's legacy. And I get it. Trust me. I get it. I really do. But my adult brain is telling me, guys, we cannot gatekeep Young Lean's music. That is not, that's just weird. I see the argument like, yeah, Young Lean, you know, brought bucket hats to the, you know, to hip hop, all this stuff. I'm like, no, that's simply not true. I mean, come on, guys. Bucket hats came from black culture, first of all, and that happened in the 80s. But I mean, yeah, did Young Lean bring it to us because we were 16 and didn't know about the history of hip hop? Yeah, probably. I mean, yeah, it was new to us because of him. And to obviously see it on this Swedish rapper and have him come to America and be such a cultural staple, which within like the SoundCloud movement and everything, like, yeah, it made it appear, it was an illusion, as if Young Lean created the bucket hat. Did he create the Arizona Iced Out Boys? Yeah, he did. That I'll give him that. But the bucket hat, let's be real, that wasn't even him in the first place. Like, come on, guys. I think Young Lean is going to be fine with his song blowing up. I promise you. He's out in LA right now. He's playing shows. He's singing Ginseng Strip on stage. He's looking like a fucking rock star. He's hanging out with Drake and Travis Scott. I mean, dude, I think Travis Scott hasn't even, you know, remotely looked in his direction since 2014 when Young Lean was bigger than him and he was featured on his album. I think he's fine. I think we're okay. We can let it go.
Do anything, you know, just have fun.
Stay safe.
But what do you guys think? Drop a comment, let me know. I want to know what all you emotional boys and girls think about this. So just let me know. I'm still feeling conflicted about it, honestly, like still even. But that's just where I'm leaning towards. So I want to get my opinion out there. By the way, I hope that you like and subscribe to me as well, because I post these every week. So make sure to tune in to the next episode, or else.